Well, we're back right here in the studio, and we have with us right now Mohammed Bin Hassan, adventure and tourism business owner and environmental enthusiast. Mohammed, welcome to our program, Ya Hala Kuwait.
Well, thank you, Tariq. I'm pleased to be here.
It's nice to have you with us this evening.
Yes, it's nice for me to be here too.
It's a pleasure. So, Mohammed, tell us a little bit about the eco-friendly trips and the historical trips that you arrange. It's really very interesting. Before we came on air, we were having a little discussion. Share with our audience a little bit about this.
Yes, well, these trips came from my adventurous side and my curious side about the land and history. So what we arrange in Kuwait and the Arabian Peninsula is having trips in Kuwait on ancient locations, such as Sabiyah, exactly, and the Bahrawan, where we found an ancient civilization. We found their houses, we found pots. And also, one of the main trips that we do in Kuwait, well, we don't call it trip in Kuwait, we call it kashta. Yes. Camping, well, kashta. We camp on the old delta of the Great River of Kuwait. It's an old, old river. It's 800 kilometers in length. In Kuwait, we managed to track down the path of it, and we camp on it, whether in Sabiyah, whether in Wadi Batin, near to the reservation of Wadi Batin. And we have some areas south of Kuwait that has a great historical importance. How can we make it ecological friendly? Well, I'm glad and I'm happy that our trips in Kuwait and the Arabian Peninsula, there's zero plastic.
Oh, really? Wow.
Plastic waste, yes, yes.
Interesting. Tell us more.
Yeah, well, how we do it? Well, it was hard because the mentality here that when they go out, they have to bring plastic cup, plastic plate,
everything like that.
Give me a bottle of water. No,
even the forks and knives. And
exactly. So what we did, simply saying, how about you buy your own mug, bring a reusable bottle, and your plate. Buy a plate that you use, you'll create memories, and that worked very well for us.
Interesting. That's very good to see. And what do these trips focus on the most, Mohammed?
Okay. Well, it focuses to shed the light on the amazing and dazzling ancient civilization that we have in Kuwait. These ancient civilizations are known, scholarly, but we want to bring it to the audience. We wanted to bring it to the normal people, to the public. It's there, you can read it in books. So I've read a lot of books and had a lot of interesting conversations with people who are specialized in these things. But I said, hey, this is very interesting. We can bring it up to the public. So we bring it up to the public through taking them to the tours, telling the stories. And as you walk around till these days, around these areas, you will find interesting rocks. This rock is from Al-Medina that traveled 800 kilometers. How did that happen? And I can see that people are getting more interested. And then when we talk about also, like we have the volcanoes, we have some, they call it muddy volcanoes. The people get more interested. This is around Sabiyah.
Okay.
Sabiyah is a very interesting place. So we focus on bringing the awareness into the ancient civilization of Kuwait and to the beauty of Kuwait.
So do you do these trips also for English-speaking people, for all? Tell us about that. Who is this open to?
Yes. Well, this is open to the locals and also the visitors from outside Kuwait.
So everyone,
everyone, exactly.
You can like describe and talk to them in English about everything.
Exactly. And it's very interesting to say what you said, because I tell to people, beside the ancient civilization, which is now considered one of the oldest civilizations known to humanity by the scholars, Kuwait is the main migrating hub worldwide for the birds. So actually, when you go to Sabiyah, there's more than 450 kinds of birds passing by. So as I'm giving the tour, whether visitors or locals are like, whoa, what is this? Like, yes, Kuwait is welcoming everyone. And this is part of the beauty of Kuwait.
Interesting. So, well, that's great to hear. So why did you choose these types of trips? Have you always been like interested in outdoors, camping, the environment, birds? Tell us more.
Well, I've been always adventurous and curious, to be honest.
Yes.
And this curiosity, my curiosity was more outside of the Arabian Peninsula. But as I came back to Kuwait, I was studying abroad. As I came back to Kuwait, meeting interesting people, and I was going alone to these spots, slowly I gained more interest and curiosity. I was like, wow, this is beautiful information. There is a story to be told about Kuwait. Our modern days are beautiful. The near history is beautiful, but also our ancient stories and our natural habitats are really beautiful. So that's when I got the interest of saying, hey, let me share the story with the locals and the visitors. Let me try to put it together in a very nice way.
Well, that's really nice. So are some of these trips, are they day trips? Some do you spend the night? Tell us a little bit how these trips are.
Yeah. Well, in Kuwait, it's mostly day trip.
Like you go in the morning, come back, let's say after?
Around 9, 10.
Okay,
We come
like
back.
a day trip. Okay.
Exactly. Around the Arabian Peninsula, now, no, we go more into like camping style.
So it can be a few days in this trips.
Exactly. I would like to bring to the awareness that part of these trips, part of what I want to do, is a way to also protect the environment of Kuwait. So with knowing that these ancient spots are beautiful, hence why the ancient civilization picked this area, Sabbiya area, Bahra area, Babyan and Wadi al-Bata, they picked it to build the civilization. Unfortunately, there are some people who use this places to damage the environment. So in a way, when we go there, and I show the people that how beautiful is this place, I have an initiative called 3 Minutes for Kuwait. So as we sit down, say, guys, let's clean up the place. And after 3 minutes, the place is beautiful. And by staying there, we prevent some people who damage the environment from coming. Some of them, they never come back. Some areas that now we go to, as we do trips in Kuwait, they never come back. So this is one of our ways to help the environment of Kuwait.
No, that's great, and you should be commended for this nice work that you're doing. And Mohammed, you know, when the visitors go with you, what do you see that they learn from such trips? What do you find that they benefit from?
Oh, well, the locals and the visitors, I noticed that first thing, their jaws drop.
They don't expect this is in Kuwait.
What? You tell me there's a civilization, there's a great river, 850 kilometers. These rocks are from Medina, they traveled here. What is this? So they're amazed, first of all. Second of all, the locals, I see them, there's a sense of pride with this history that they know. And there is a sense of even curiosity, because I can hear them now when new visitors come to these trips. I can hear them saying, "Oh, do you know about this? Do you know about this?" Like, "Oh, wow!" Now they know they are part of the story. And also, I see all the visitors, they gain more interest in being environmentally friendly. Some people were like against having buying a mug. Why should I buy a mug? You bring me a mug. But now you see them buying their own mug, and they take this habit of cleaning their area and not using one-time usable stuff outside the trips. So that's a good impact.
Yeah, that's good. So these trips and visits help with teaching people about the environment also.
Yes, exactly.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Exactly. So as I said, environmentally, the habits that they gained in the trips is taken outside of the trips into their day-to-day life. I would like also to say that alhamdulillah, some areas that we go to when we do the trips in Kuwait, we have seen that as we come regularly, there's less damage. Apparently, some people who are going there and damaging and hunting the birds are not going there anymore.
Excellent,
so
that's good.
It's amazing, yes, yes.
Yeah, we want them to take care of our beautiful environment.
Yes, exactly.
And so what's the feedback you get from the foreigners when they visit Kuwait?
The foreigners have actually the most, they have the most curiosity about the subject. When I talk about the Al-Ubaid culture, it's an ancient civilization. It's like, what is Al-Ubaid? I said, exactly. Our beautiful country, the exploration of the ancient civilization in the Middle East was going around, but it reached Kuwait after 150 years late. So when they hear these stories, it's not a very common knowledge, though it's written on the scholar books and everything. So when they hear about it, they're curious. And well, on our trip, because it's English and Arabic, we create a sense of community, especially with the activity. Like we hear about the historical stories. We do the 3 minutes for Kuwait. We sit down and we do a social circle. This blends in visitors and locals. And you can see like they share things like, oh wait, oh, you have similarity with us. Oh, you do that. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, now.
So you do these kind of tours bilingual too, a little Arabic, little English, like that?
But the style is Arabian seats and Arabian style of trips. Yes.
Oh,
very grounding, very grounding.
Well, that's great to hear. And how can we get people, you know, that maybe damaging the environment to learn better habits?
Yes.
Because, you know, we need our youth and young people to take care of our beautiful country and environment.
I agree with you. Unfortunately, yes, there's a lot of damage to our nature, but first of all, the country has put good regulations.
Yes.
And they're very strong regulations. Secondly, I think by doing these trips, we are creating an interest of the man on this land, on the land. So once I see the people coming to these trips, and they're taking care of the land, cleaning with us, and hearing the stories, they have a value for the land. So that by that you're influencing the individual, by knowing the story, by knowing the beauty, by knowing you are the main hub of the migrating birds. Automatically, there's a value inside the individual to be eco-friendly, and also to create a sense of community. So yes, you are a visitor, yes, I'm a local, but we both benefiting from this beautiful land of Kuwait. Once you create that sense of community, it's automatically, I see it with my eyes.
Yes.
Now we have more than 200 and 300 visitors with our trips. I see them automatically speak the same language, the love of the land and the history.
That's amazing. Good,
yes.
You're having such a positive impact on all these people.
Yes.
And Mohammed, I'm sure the audience can see your enthusiasm and passion for what you do, and that's really great to see. So what are some of your future plans coming up, Mohammed? Now I think it's the start of the season, right?
Yes.
So what's going on? What do you have planned?
Oh, plans, we have a lot of plans. Well, we started earlier than the season itself. So in our trips, we talk about the stars, we talk about the moons,
nice.
and we bring the old knowledge of the Bedouins. So by the stars and the moon, and here mentioning الإعجاري, Allah yarhamah, he's one of our greatest scientists ever.
Yes.
When I read his book, you can easily say, we know that 40 days is going to be humid, 20 days is going to be dusty. So we used that. And we were surprised that people started going earlier than the season, and they had gained interest in the stars and all the knowledge. With this old knowledge, with reading the books and knowing that, like Alexander visited Failaka, now what was called once Ikara. When we know that Kuwait has named like Agaru, it's Agarum, which is an old name. When we know that there's 9 civilizations choose our beautiful land of Kuwait to be their place of civilization, that led me for the future now to make trips to connect the whole story of Kuwait and the Arabian Peninsula. The civilization has extended, and there's similar stories and similar history. And my future plan is the trips is going to be going smooth from Kuwait, Qatar, Oman, Bahrain, Emirat, and we see no borders. We're all brothers. We all have that beautiful history, and that's my future plan. I'm working on finding the path of the old Wadi al-Batin.
Inshallah. Keep us updated on anything new, and it's a pleasure to have you on our program, and wish you all the best of luck, Mohammed.
Thank you, Tariq.
Thank you so much. We'd like to thank our guest, Mohammed Bin Hassan, adventure and tourism business owner and environmental enthusiast, for his time with us. Now we're going to take a short break and then be back with you. Stay tuned.